So, I've had this camera, which you are now viewing me through the lens of, for quite a while now, for over a year. I got it for my birthday last year, and it's proved very invaluable for videos that I've been doing ever since then, as well as like audio recordings of stuff that I've done for like hit record, because the microphone on this is so much better than the microphone that used to be on my old camera. And so yeah, this has been very, very good for me as a video maker. I think it's helped me improve the stuff that I do, even if it is only marginally. But it is easy to forget that a year ago, over a year ago, that I was still using this camera here, right? And it's been a very long time since I've actually used it, so it'll be interesting to go from this into recording now this.
So yeah, hi. It's been a while since I've used you, Samsung D60. Yeah, it's good to see you again, I suppose. I mean, it's vaguely terrifying to not be able to see what my face looks like now from A, this angle, and B, this quality. What am I talking about? Right, I'm talking to you, the viewer. This is how my videos used to look, in case you've never seen what my videos used to look like before they became all HD and shiny and nice to look at, in terms of pixelation wise, not in terms of this. But yeah, this is how things used to be many years yonder. I say years yonder, I already told you that it was last year, but still.
Here's a thing that I won't miss: always having to put in new batteries after recording for a certain amount of time. You know, it was a very frustrating thing to have to go through years of, believe me. So, let's go back to the view that you were just viewing. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so, let's try this again.
So I was just speaking in you, right? But then the batteries went out, so, you know, that's a very nostalgic thing in a pleasant and not so pleasant way to experience again, because I lost count of how many times I had to do that with this camera. It's so many batteries, just so many. This is another thing that I'm really regressing back to as I'm talking into this camera, is the way in which I would just yammer on, like worse than I do in my new camera. I would just ramble into this for ages, and my capability with words just became increasingly worse as I spoke on, and I was really nervous, and I'm really nervous talking to this now, because, you know, it's really nerve-wracking not being able to see what my face looks like and what I'm doing with it, so that I'll be able to edit it later. And also the time limit as well, because there's only 13 minutes worth of footage that could be accumulated with the battery power and the space on this camera. 13 minutes. 13 minutes does not cover any of my videos that I make now. It takes me half an hour to shoot an entire video and then edit it down. This, 13 minutes worth, I had to really rush. And it was ridiculous to have to do that over and over again. And so you can understand why it was so nerve-wracking, why I'm so nervous now, and having to talk faster and faster and faster, and having to make my words be so smushed into each other as I see, it's not working out at all. But at the very least, I didn't have to also use this camera. Yes,
This camera.
this camera from my mobile phone, which is what I had to start off with way back in the day, back in 2009 when I started this, and I made a few videos then, and then a few videos in the beginning of 2010 I was still using this. So if we now transfer from use over to this, there we go. So now we're in even worse quality than we already were in before. The pixelation on this is ridiculously low, and the pressure was even worse on me for having to do the videos like this, because I really had to enunciate my words as clearly as possible so that you could understand me, because of the audio quality of this phone, its microphone, had to add the S there, was so very low. And I had to shoot the videos all in one take, which was nerve-wracking. It wasn't like I was Alfonso Cuarón. I'm not a master of these things, but, you know, it's what I had to do in order to be able to do my videos, because I had no editing software capable of holding the footage, of holding the video file format, that's the word, of what this camera does. And so I'm just regressing back to my former self from many years ago, whenever I started all this. But, you know, if we go even further lo-fi than where we are now,
we turn into radio, basically. Just audio. This is about as lo-fi as you can get, really, in terms of being able to communicate online. This is what it is. Just audio. Just raw, unedited audio of me rambling on. And, yeah, that's a thing. But I suppose we can now turn to Lightfail, where we now join our radio host, who is talking exactly like I talk, but isn't actually me talking, because that would be weird. So, yes. Well, I guess we're back to this then. Well, that was a journey. That was definitely a journey. A very perilous one. I feel like Frodo now, or Samwise, because you know Samwise is awesome. But yeah, that all happened just then. And was this video actually about anything? Remind me, was this actually about anything? I think we should end this here now because this is getting painful for all of us. Okay, bye. So
much vlogception
going
on right
now.